President Olusegun Obasanjo has replied former head of state General Yakubu Gowon, who said that he, Gowon, pleaded with the late General Sani Abacha not to execute him. Obasanjo was one of those imprisoned by the regime of Abacha over an alleged coup plot to overthrow Abacha. Speaking during the first ever Plateau International Unity Christmas Carols and Praise Festival at Ten Commandments Prayer Altar in Jos South local government area of the state at the weekend, Gowon said he pleaded with Abacha to spare Obasanjo. Aside from Gowon and Obasanjo, Plateau State Governor Caleb Motwag, former governors Jonah Jang, Joshua Darie, Boni Haruna, Adamawa State were among dignitaries who attended the event, which held from Friday to Sunday. Here, something that has happened years ago during the time of Obasanjo imprisonment has been revealed. Now, there was a program that was organized in Plateau State, which Obasanjo, the former head of state, and the civilian head of state was invited along others. From them, the former head of state, Yakubu Gowon, revealed that during the imprisonment of Obasanjo, that he was the one that wrote a letter to head of state Sani Abacha not to execute Obasanjo because God's hands is upon him to lead this country again. Now, I believe that these people that has ruled us before have love for one another, because the reason why I say this is that we are going to discover things that Nyakubu did that is very shocking, because to some people they will not do that. That will be an avenue to even write letter to Abacha to execute Obasanjo, but Gowon did not do that. Now, in his remarks on his effort to stop Obasanjo's execution, Gowon explained that he wrote a letter to Abacha telling him that God made him a leader to do good, not evil, and therefore sought clemency for Obasanjo. According to him, he sent the letter to Abacha through his wife to deliver to Abacha in Abuja in the night, adding that things took a different turn after that letter. He then expressed his joy that Obasanjo did not only leave prison after spending 3 years in prison before his release following the death of Abacha in June 1998, but went on to become the nation's president in 1999. You can see that. Now, um, God is beside Obasanjo in this life, because we know that Obasanjo was one of those who made an effort to overthrow Abacha at that year, but due to the letter and some people who sought on behalf of Obasanjo not to be executed, made Abacha to release him from prison, even especially after the death of Abacha. You can see that in that case, God wants Obasanjo to become the leader of this country once again, because not many people such a thing will sweep over them. At least many people have gone when they even know, when a person leading will even know that, oh, you are one of the person who planned against me, or yeah, execute him. The execution will be very faster, but because God wants President Obasanjo to lead again, that death passed over him, and the person that even walked on the ground was Yakubu Gowon. Reacting to Gowon's revelation, The next day, at the same Christmas carol, Obasanjo said he was not aware that Gowon made such efforts until he mentioned it that day at the carol. He said he knows that many people made different efforts to his release, and after that, he went round to thank them within and outside the country. I want to acknowledge my boss, General Yakubu Gowon, yesterday. He made a revelation, and I have to thank you specifically for that. When I came out of prison, I made the opportunity to thank friends inside and outside the country who contributed to appeal and pray for my release from prison. And I went around the world thanking those who have been appealing and praying for my release from prison. But I did not know that you wrote a personal letter for my release until you said it yesterday. I thank you for that, Obasanjo said. Meanwhile, he thanked Motwag for his development efforts and peace initiative and urged him to continue to do more for the people of the state. Recall that Obasanjo and former head of state, late Murtala Mohammed, overthrew Yakubu Gowon in a coup in July 29, 1975. You see that? I mentioned earlier that if I know that you are the one or you are one of those who plan against me, in fact, I will do everything necessary to make sure that I do away with you. But Yakubu Gowon did not do that. Now, the reason being that God hands is upon Obasanjo to become one of the leaders in this country again. And you can see that during the time that Obasanjo was a leader, things were better than what we are seeing today. So what the revelation we are talking about today is a very good one that people of this country can emulate, especially the leaders of today. If somebody plan evil against you, that does not mean that you should repay evil for evil. I think that is what Nyakubu Gowon has done. I believe that these people that has led us before, I love them because they have done something that we have not seen before. Because in today's leadership, it is you barely find such a thing to take place. So that is what we brought for you today. Thanks for listening. Please stay for more news ahead.